Hello, and welcome to this EC Aquatics video. So this right here is about a 7-gallon aquarium that today I'm going to be helping my sister set up a easy aquarium in her room. So my sister does not keep many fish. She just has this one tank that she's had, and I'm going to help her set one up today that's going to be easy and going to allow her to have a planted tank in her room without requiring too much effort or knowledge on her end. So you guys can follow along and and this is a great tank for someone who has not kept many fish in the past to get into the planted aquarium hobby, and it'll be easy to maintain and not grow algae or require too much in the way of maintenance. The most important thing for a tank is the substrate system. So we've got 2 bags full of aqua soil, and this will keep the aqua soil from mixing with our sand and also allow the plants to put their roots down and have them find the aqua soil so they have nutrients to feed off of and grow. I've also added in some root tabs for added nutrients and to ensure the fact that we definitely have more than enough nutrients for all of our plants. So we're just going to smooth out the sand just like you normally would in an aquascape, sloping it back so it's denser at the back than it is at the front to give a perception of depth. All right, so the next part of the process is to actually scape the tank using a mixture of wood and rock. So my sister, who is actually doing all the hardscaping, I'm not really helping at all. She really doesn't know any of the rules of aquascaping, and that really doesn't matter. There shouldn't be any rules that you need to follow. Just throw stuff in and see, what looks nice to you. Things will look different to every person, and something that may look really good to you may look awful and gross to somebody else. It really doesn't matter. Just chuck stuff in and see how it sits well, and then go for it like that. All right, so there we go. The tank has now been scaped, and now we need to lock down the wood with some cyanoacrylate superglue gel so it doesn't float up and ruin the scape. All right, now that all that is glued down, we can now start to plant. So we're using a variety of easy to grow aquarium plants that really don't require any kind of high lighting or CO2 or extra nutrients to dose. And I'm just going to pop up what plants we end up using on the screen. It's just a variety of very easy plants that any beginner can grow very, very easily. Alrighty, so all our planting is now done, and now we can add the filter and heater and fill the tank up. And as you can tell, our wood ended up floating up. I guess I didn't add enough glue. Whoopsie. But, you know, that happens. And here I am just playing around with the rocks. I had some Sirius stone lying around that I used to set over the wood and just hold it down while it ends up waterlogging, and then we can remove the rocks if needed. Alrighty, so now that the tank's filled up, we're going to have to add in our dechlorinator and beneficial bacteria and so on. And I know you'll notice the 2 pieces of Sirius stone that I had to toss in. The wood floated, even with the glue that I had attached. The glue ripped off because the wood was, I guess, too buoyant. So I'm going to have to leave those Sirius stone pieces on for a couple days, and then my sister can take them off and we can really see the tank in all its glory. But that is a thing that kind of happens. You know, it's always a risk. Will your wood float or will it not float? So in this case, it floated. So yeah, hence the Sirius stone. All right, so the first thing that we're going to be adding is our tap water conditioner to dechlorinate the water. And now we're going to add in our beneficial bacteria. We're using API Quick Start for this, and that is to get the tank instantly cycled and to get our beneficial bacteria colonies going. And for this size tank, we're going to need about 1 capful. Next, we're going to add in some fertilizer, and we're going to be using API Leaf Zone for this. And this is going to feed our plants and give them some nutrients while the nutrient levels, get set up before we add in our fish. And lastly, we're going to add in some API AccuClear to clear up the little bit of the haze that's in the water right now. All right, there we go. We've added everything that we need to add, and now we're just going to leave this alone until tomorrow. Alrighty, so it is now the next day, and the tank, as you can see, is very, very clear. And since we added in that beneficial bacteria, and we're going to be doing what's called a fish in cycle, which I have a video out on how to do. So if you haven't seen that video, I suggest you check it out. And so now we can add in our fish. And the fish that we're going to be adding in is the female betta fish right there that is in this tank of mine. I'm not going to be dismantling the tank. We're just going to be moving the female betta. And this tank is just going to be empty for the time being. Alrighty, and there she goes into her new home. I think she's going to be very, very happy in here, and she's going to do great. This tank's plenty big enough for her. And here she is about a couple of weeks later. She's doing very, very well, and my sister actually decided to keep the Sirius stone in because she really liked it. So, everything kind of happens for a reason. And thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you all in the next one.